Hey sisters! Today I'm going to show you how to meal prep for PCOS weight loss so you can save time and energy but still follow a PCOS friendly lifestyle. The recipes I'm going to show you are really easy to make and of course gluten and dairy free. So if you want to try this at home, you can find all the recipes in the free download that I've left for you in the description. Don't forget to leave a like if you want more downloads like this. So before we get started, comment below and share with us what you love to meal prep for PCOS. I always love to hear what my sisters are up to. All right, so what we're gonna do is make 3 main dishes. Chia seed pudding to have for breakfast throughout the week, tuna salad that you can have for lunch throughout the week, and salmon that you can have for dinner in different ways throughout the week. So, the first thing I'm gonna make is the chia seed pudding. And this lasts in the fridge for up to 5 days, so it's a great staple. You can make it in different ways, different weeks. You can use different recipes, fruits, protein powders, and change up the flavors. This one is gonna be a chocolatey chia seed pudding, and I'm gonna put strawberries on it. All right, so the first ingredient is coconut milk. What I'm gonna do is add 2 cups to this blender. Love coconut milk because it's dairy free. There's also other options like almond milk, rice milk, and then I'm gonna add the chia seeds. So I usually put 3 tablespoons of chia seeds per 1 cup of milk, dairy-free milk. Next, I'm gonna add the protein powder. This one is my favorite. It's Philosophy protein powder and it's dairy-free, it's hemp-based. Typically, protein powders are a little bit challenging to find because they're always made with whey protein and that has dairy in it. So I love this one because it tastes really good and it's dairy-free and it doesn't have sweetener in it or any artificial sweeteners in it, which is important when I'm choosing a protein powder for PCOS because sometimes those artificial sweeteners can spike your insulin levels. Next, I'm adding a banana.
Need my help? Here you go.
All right, my trusty assistant here. Just gonna throw that in. And then a little bit of vanilla just for that extra flavor. So now I'll blend this up and then I'll put it in the fridge. So now that it's blended, we can pour it into this Tupperware and leave it in the fridge so that it can get all jelly-like or pudding-like. And then we'll add all of the delicious toppings for breakfast. Okay, so let's put together the chia seed pudding. So it's nice and pudding-like now that it came out of the fridge. And I'm just gonna put it in this cup and I like to layer it. So after I put some pudding, I'm gonna put coconut shreds, cocoa nibs, to add a chocolatey crunch without the sugar, and then the strawberries. All right, let's add a little more. It smells so good, like chocolate pudding. I love the Philosophy protein powder. I'm gonna link it in the description. We'll add some more chocolatey cocoa nibs, and of course, the strawberries. And we're done. Breakfast is served. Sirak, do you wanna try it?
All right.
I have to feed you? Oh.
I mean, I'm hoping. That's good. Give me that shit. Thank you.
All right, so up next is the tuna salad. I love fish because it has omega-3 fats in it, and that's great for PCOS. It's very anti-inflammatory, and tuna salad is a really easy way to get that into your diet. Now, if you don't like tuna, you can also use rotisserie chicken, and this same recipe will taste great. All right, so before we get started on the tuna salad, I'm gonna make pickled onions. Great for gut health, great probiotic qualities in there. So I'm gonna add it to this jar. We'll start with cutting this onion. I like red onion. All right, so I like to leave this part on the onion. That's my little trick to prevent me from my eyes watering. So I'll cut from this angle first. And I like to make them just nice and thin to get extra pickly. All right, we're gonna add them to this jar now. Just stuff it all in there. All right, next is the garlic. Just a couple of cloves will do. But if you're crazy like me, you'll wanna put the whole thing because I love garlic. I'm just gonna put 3 big cloves. If you just put the knife over it and punch it, it's easier to take the peel off. All right, next up is vinegar. You can use any vinegar you want. Right now I'm using rice vinegar. You can use white wine vinegar as well. I'm gonna add 1 cup of this rice vinegar and then 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. And I'll just add it to this jar and refrigerate it afterwards. You ready to go? We're not ready to go, ladies. We forgot salt. Add the salt. And now we're ready to go. All right, so now it's time to make the tuna salad. This is great with a kale salad, or you can make a wrap with it and it'll still be delicious each way. It's an easy way to get your omega-3 fats in throughout the week. That's why I like fish in general for PCOS. It's very anti-inflammatory, and tuna is a great way to get that fish in. Now, if you don't like tuna, you can also use rotisserie chicken with this recipe and it'll still taste delicious. So first things first, I'm gonna add the tuna to this bowl. All right, now we'll add a little bit of mayo just to give it that creamy texture. Just a couple tablespoons is fine. Then I'm gonna add crushed garlic, about 1/2 teaspoon or a full teaspoon if you love garlic. Now we'll squeeze some lime on it to catch that fishy flavor and get rid of it. And then some herbs. So if you like cilantro, you can put that in there. I'm using parsley. Cut it up nice and fine. I personally like a lot of herbs, but you can put as much as you want. All right, we'll throw that in there. And now green onion. All right, we'll add that in too. And last, celery. I like to cut the celery nice and thin so there's just a little bit of crunch in the tuna salad, but not too much. Okay, I think that's good enough. And we'll add this in. Whoops. So we're gonna add some salt as well. All right. Now let's mix and mash and see if we need more mayo and see how this is turning out. All right, now I'm gonna make the tuna wrap. I'm using a cassava flour tortilla. This is a little bit bigger than the corn tortilla, so that's why I chose this for the tuna wrap. It's not gonna be like a taco. And what I have to do with this, because you can't just eat it without toasting it, I'm actually going to drizzle a little olive oil on a pan and toast it over the stovetop to get it nice and crispy. And I really like cassava because it is a clean carb. For example, it doesn't give digestive issues. If you struggle with IBS and beans are difficult to digest, you might be able to digest cassava flour better. So let's heat this up and make a wrap. All right, so while the tortilla is heating up, I'm also gonna make a tuna salad lettuce wrap. So basically, if you don't want to eat carbs or you're on a lower carb diet, then you can just tuck these into a butter lettuce leaf and it would be just as delicious. We have a video on low carb diets and keto, so if you want more information about that, check our video out. All right, so the bread is ready. Just gonna throw on the tuna salad and I'm gonna add pickled onions to it. Again, I don't really like that fishy flavor, so the pickled onions really add a nice touch to it to prevent that fishy flavor from happening. You can also put it on the salmon tacos as well.
Can I get some?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I personally put these pickled onions on everything. Put it in a sandwich, put it in a salad. The longer you keep them in the fridge, the better it tastes. So before we get started with showing you all of the delicious different meals you can make with these meal prepped items, I'm gonna make a kale salad. This kale salad can last in the fridge for a few days, like 3-4 days. So make a bunch of this kale salad, marinate it in the dressing we're about to make, and enjoy it with all of the dishes that we prepped, except the chia seed pudding. All right, now let's make the dressing. Make it really simple. I use lemon, olive oil, and crushed garlic. So first I'll squeeze this lemon, then I'll add the garlic. Again, as much as you like. I put about 1/2 teaspoon. Then some olive oil. A pinch of salt. Mix it up. And we'll drizzle it on the kale salad. So what I like to do afterwards is massage the kale because you really want the dressing to absorb into the kale. And I love kale as an ingredient because again, it lasts a long time. It doesn't get limp like regular salad. And it's also really good for you. It's a cruciferous vegetable, lots of fiber, great for PCOS, and also detoxing estrogen. That's why I love cruciferous vegetables. And before I throw this in the fridge or eat it, I always add pumpkin seeds. And I almost just call them zinc seeds because they have so much zinc and magnesium in them, which is great for PCOS as well. Those are minerals that we're typically deficient in. So I like to add pumpkin seeds, these powerhouse superfoods, wherever I can. And this salad is a great option. All right, so now we can get started on the salmon. What we're gonna do is sprinkle a little bit of salt and drizzle some olive oil. We're gonna pop this in the oven at 375 Fahrenheit for 20 minutes, and then we're gonna get started on the cilantro lime dressing. All right, next we're gonna get started on the cilantro lime dressing. So first I'm adding some mayo, about a cup to the blender. Then I'm gonna add a splash of coconut milk just to thin it out. So we'll throw in some parsley. It doesn't have to be all of the bunch of parsley, maybe just a couple tablespoons to add that herby flavor. And what I'm really doing with this dressing is masking that fishy flavor from the salmon. So this lime, for example, is gonna give it a zing so you don't taste that fishy flavor when you're eating tacos. All right, next I'm gonna add some crushed garlic to, sirak, in this jar. I'm gonna add some crushed garlic. Of course, I love that garlicky flavor.
Here you go.
Just so strong. I'm putting 1 teaspoon. You do you. Next, I'm gonna add chipotle seasoning. You can really just add any seasoning that you like. You can add turmeric to it. You can take it in whatever direction you feel like taking it in. But right now, I'm taking it in the chipotle direction. Next, I'm gonna add salt. Now, if it's too much, we can add more mayo to it. We can taste test this afterwards. All right, I'm gonna put the lid on here and blend it up. All right, let's taste it, see how it's doing. Delicious. Okay, now it's time to put together our salmon tacos. So I have corn tortilla here. I just got this from Whole Foods, a simple corn tortilla. And I'm gonna add avocado to it first. Some healthy fats. Okay, next, salmon. Add that in there. And then I like to add the kale salad in the taco. This gives it a lemony zing and it complements the dressing as well. So I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of this on top. And we're all set. Tacos. So sisters, these are some delicious gluten and dairy-free recipes that make it super easy for me to maintain a PCOS-friendly lifestyle. If you're struggling with what to eat for PCOS, check out the download in the description that I mentioned earlier. It has all the recipes from the video and a special link that'll give you access to our 4-week meal prep and workout course when you join us in the sisterhood. When you join, you'll get access to more videos like this to show you exactly what to meal prep and cook for 4 weeks of quick and easy gluten and dairy-free meals. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Man, how exciting.
You like that?
I do. I really like cilantro sauce.